I heard my girlfriend tell her daughter she'd have to pay rent or move out at 18. We had a big argument, and I told her she was a bad mother. Did I overstep? Is this normal in this country? I'm 35 years old. I'm a Venezuelan. I came into the US like 8 years ago because of the dictatorship, Hungary, inflation, etc. I landed into a community of Venezuelan expats and other Latin immigrants, so everything was different, but felt a little like home. I did immigrant wage jobs for 3 years. I am an engineer, and then got a nice job opportunity in the Midwest, so I moved out immediately. It was hard since there are not as many Latin Americans here, but things got way better. Now I even have my own office. During lockdown, I've met Ashley. We started dating on the phone. We live in the same city, and after we could finally go out, started dating for real. She has a daughter, Susan, who now is a few months about to be 18. Susan is kinda shy with me, but we get along very well. After a while, Ashley asked me to move in with her, and I said yes. Now, recently we were home, and I hear them talk in the living room. Ashley asked Susan to start paying rent the day she turns 18. Susan was angry because she doesn't earn that much with her part-time job. Ashley said that if she doesn't want to pay her rent, she can get out of the apartment and find her own place at market price. Then Susan started crying. Later, I talked with Ashley and asked why she was asking for rent. She just said, it's about time she starts paying. I was confused. In Latino America, that never happens, not that I know of. People over 30 still living with their parents, they contribute to the home, but doesn't pay rent. So, I asked her again why she is charging her own daughter rent and giving an ultimatum. Ashley said, she must pay rent. She can't be a freeloader forever, but still, it's your daughter, not a stranger who broke into her home and changed the locks. It's her daughter. She didn't see my point of view. Her arguments were more like, just because. I told her she is a bad mother for being willing to kick her daughter to the street and treating her like a stranger. Ashley got into my face and told me, you don't know shit about this country. I paid rent to my parents until I moved out. Get used to it. You are just my boyfriend, not her stepdad. So shut the F up. Susan is my daughter, and I can do what I want with her. Sorry for the caps, but she was yelling loud at this point. I never saw her like this. I guess everything she said is true, but this seems alien and bizarre to me. The next morning, she told me I had to sleep somewhere else because didn't want to see my face, so I'm sleeping at my office. Susan called me to say she is sorry we had an argument because of her. Am I overstepping? Is this normal and expected in this country? Should I mind my own business and not say anything? Best comments. How much is Ashley charging Susan, and is Susan in school? Susan will be out of school this year. Ashley is asking a huge amount, barely like 30% less than market price. Is still not market price, but even so, the simple concept of charging rent to her own daughter sound unreasonable to me, and almost at market price is crazy. My family was cold like this, and I no longer speak to them. You are right, and it's good that someone is standing up for the daughter. Why is expecting an adult to pay rent cold? Genuine question. Paying rent has been the norm in my family and extended family for several generations. Subsidized rent, but still at least something once we got a job. Not if we were in school. In a lot of places outside the US, the expectation that someone suddenly becomes an adult once they're 18 doesn't exist. It's not cold for an adult to pay rent. It's cold for parents to demand rent from their teenager the second they turn 18. In my culture, at least. I'm American, and only psychos do this. I think the majority of parents in the USA would not do this. But it is part of the larger culture of independence taken too far and the destruction of multi-generational family. Certainly not common in my socioeconomic circles to treat kids like this. I'm always shocked when I read these stories, and I'm from the USA. Update number 1, 5 days after the first post. So, the day after I did my post, Ashley asked me to move back in. She was crying, saying that she misses me and wanted me back, apologized for kicking me out and being so mean to her. I went back in because I needed a shower and my office has no shower, and also because I needed to have a real talk with her. After a few hours of awkwardly coexisting there, I sat both of them at the table to address the issue. I was honest with Ashley. I explained how I was raised, how things are in Latino America, how I lived with my family, and even my siblings' partners and little children until I got into the US. I understand contributing to the house, and I understand she is her daughter, but she sees her daughter as a financial burden that makes me wonder about our future together. I want to try and have kids before I'm 40, because I would be 60 when they're 20, and I feel like I would be too old. I would not want to have a partner who treats a child like a stranger as soon as gets 18. Ashley was crying, asking for forgiveness, that didn't want to lose me, and saying she will change. Susan was looking down all the time, saying nothing. I asked Ashley if she was willing to change for me. She said yes. But then I asked, why would you change for me and not for your daughter? She was so confused. I asked her if I am a priority to her, and she said yes. I asked her, I am only your boyfriend. How am I a priority to you and not your daughter? Ashley then said incoherent things going back and forth between, sorry, you both are my priority, I love you, would do anything for you. I can't stand someone who doesn't have her daughter as her number one priority. She must have me in third place. First her daughter, second herself, and third me. I would rather be in fourth if she had any pet. What if I was an abusive person? Would she put me over her daughter? I told her we can't be together if she can admit in front of her daughter that she is not her number one priority. So I said I would find a new place to move out and break the relationship. Ashley has said anything she can to fix it, but is so contradictory that I can't believe anything she says. Susan spoke to me, told me it's painful to lose me. She said I'm the only boyfriend of her mom who hasn't been a total jerk to her, or her mom, or an addict. I don't know what to do with Susan. Do I leave a door open if she needs help? I'll be leaving in a few days to an Airbnb while I find some place for myself. I can't live in my office forever. Thank you guys. I still don't know if this is normal or I just found a particularly bad mother. Give me some hope, please. Update number 2. Hi. That was my original update, but right now I moved out of Ashley's apartment and I'm at an Airbnb. Susan has been texting me. She is heartbroken and says she still wants me in her life because doesn't trust her mother to find a better man than me. I'm not sure about still having a parental relationship with Susan, but I wish her the best and I'm willing to help if she needs it. I'm still very disappointed at Ashley for how much she has wronged her daughter. Update number 3. I'm very touched by all the people who said would marry me. Sorry to break your hearts, but I'm not stable enough to start dating again. I found a place, but still have to wait to sign contracts and move in. It might take a while still. Also, I have to emotionally recover from this situation. To address some common questions. Ashley herself has a good job and didn't need money from Susan. When I moved into their place, I asked Ashley if I could pay half of the rent, but she refused, and instead, I paid utilities. Unfortunately, I have some bad news. I had to cut contact with Susan because of Ashley. She sent me texts telling me to stop talking to Susan, or she would tell police that I molested her and would get me deported. I panicked, never replied, and took screenshots. I spoke to a lawyer and told me to cut contact with Susan immediately. Other than that, Susan has no case or evidence, and I can use the screenshots against her if she tries something. I'm walking on eggshells. However, I made a secret mail and sent a mail to Susan so she can use it in case of emergencies. She sent me a long mail that broke my heart. She apologized for a lot of things that wasn't her fault at all and told me how much she wants me as a dad, even begged me to adopt her after she becomes an adult. I didn't reply. My heart is with her, but I can't do anything for now. I never had any legal troubles in my life, and now Ashley has a sword of Damocles hanging on me. I'm dealing with a lot of things on top of trying to finish a work project. Susan is a young, smart, strong, and beautiful girl, and I think Ashley is holding her back on a lot of things, not letting her be herself or develop her potential. In the mail, Susan said her mom is constantly jealous of her, but didn't elaborate on that. I think that's where a lot of resentment might come from. I'm not sure. Thanks for reading about my struggles. Reading your comments has made my week. Have a good day, everyone.